Hey, my peeps, it's another late night, rather morning, because it's 2 a.m. Yeah, that's right. And we're in our pajamas again. But I really wanted to share this with you because, like, recently I've been like going through such hard times that I almost forget everything that I've actually achieved and like just start questioning so many things like, what am I doing in my life? What is happening? I could have done better. I have to do better. And I'm just like in that constant race of like getting to the top that I forget, or like sometimes most of us forget that you need to climb the steps in order to reach the top. And like we all know that Rome was not built in a day. So the thing that we need the most in order to excel in our life is to believe in ourselves. And
All right, so like this clip is actually being recorded on the next day because there was supposed to be another clip that was supposed to come in here, but I think I accidentally lost it and didn't save it. So yeah, so like that chunk of information that I recorded is now lost, and hence the different outfit and the different setting. Anyways, so when I first started writing, I actually started it in like COVID when I was what, like 15, and I had my work, my ebook up for free on that orange fiction book app that everybody uses. I know you all know the name. So yeah, so like most authors started from there, and it was a trash book according to me, and I didn't like it at all. But after a few days, when I saw the amount of views it started getting and the heights that it was reaching, the comments, people.
okay, and like so when the people started loving it, I was actually shocked. And what shocked me more was when there was this ebook app that scouted me out and they sent me like a request that we want to have your book on our app and we want to sign a contract, like an exclusive contract with it, and so you can start making money, etc., etc. And first I thought that it was obviously a scam. I'm going to lose my work, I'm going to lose all the rights to my work, blah 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 blah. And so I ignored them. I ignored them for 2 years, and now that I go back, and now that I think right now, and if I could, turn back time, I would have definitely signed a contract earlier and like have made more money and would have, reached another level by now if I had started just earlier. But oh well, what can we say? Better late than never. And so anyway, so after ignoring them for 2 years, then those apps, those ebook platforms, they kept reaching out to me, and so I finally gave in and I was like, okay, what could I lose actually? What was the risk here? And what could we earn? We did the cost benefit analysis and I decided to go with them. I signed like a non-exclusive contract at first, and then I got my book on their app. It got on, well, the paid version. I started seeing views on it, and then like after a few days I actually saw $100 reflect on my dashboard, and I cried because for the first time in life I did not get scammed and actually made money. And that gave me motivation to write more and actually write better with time, because we obviously grow with writing. Remember, girlies, if you are deciding to get into writing or deciding to become an author, a self published one that is, you are going to definitely grow with time. You are not going to be able to write a perfect book the first time you write it. So do not be so harsh on yourself. I wrote trash and I hate my first book so much. I'm not even going to lie. I had edited my first book, um, I don't know, 5 times after publishing it, and I still don't find it perfect because it was immature. At the time that I wrote it, it was immature, and people still liked it because they were reading it for entertainment and they just found it nice. It helped them, well, spend time in a nice way, in a leisure way. So, well, why not? And but they decided to pay for it, and I thank them that they decided to pay for it. And so I learned that if you are giving something to your customer, make it of quality. So I decided to refine that book as much as I could, and I decided to then start writing more. And I'm not going to share what I wrote at that time because, well, I'm still, well, very conscious about whatever. It's just not nice. And so when I just saw, I'm getting somewhere with writing, and I slowly and gradually started making. I made $1,000, then $2,000, and $3,000, and $5,000 in like 3 months. I think 3 to 4 months actually. And I was like, oh my god, if like being an author can make me this money, why do I not like actually pursue it as a career? And I start writing more books, but like more professionally, like the ones that you get in like in hard copies and like paperback and hardcover, and they're published on Barnes Noble and Amazon, like going actually worldwide, full international best-selling author, which is well a dream that is too far away, but I know we are going to get there eventually. Anyway, so I worked on my writing, and I decided to be even better. And at that time I did not have to like contribute to my family, like contribute my income to my family, because my father was doing well until like he had severe heart attacks. He became a heart patient. He had to unfortunately leave his job because well he could not endure such a strenuous, oh my god, I think there's a fly around here, anyways. So like he could not work those harsh hours without like actually straining himself completely, and it was reflecting on his health. So we decided to decided to like let him off work and like just finally rest, because well he was of age, not of retirement exactly, but he was close. So I decided to step in to the shoes. And since then, I had saved the $5,000, by the way, because I was not contributing to the family. So I had enough money so that all my backup got used in the daily expenses and everything. And then I started pushing myself more to make more money, and started writing more ebooks under a different pen name. And then I launched my first official book that was called Reckless Games. Um, and I started earning from that. And then, like, over the last 6 months, I was able to make $10,000, not only from my ebooks, but actually like from my paperback and ebooks combined. So that was like everything that I earned from my writing. I'm not saying that that's like a very huge amount, because I know myself that in today in like social media's world, people are making tons of more money than that in just a matter of days, or like even a single day. But the reason that I'm saying is that we need to get, I think personally, that we need to give ourselves more credit for something that we're achieving, because we're obviously doing better than what we were doing yesterday. And sometimes we just forget that there was a time in our lives when our younger self wished that we were standing at the position that we are at right now, and earning a certain amount that we are earning. So we need to be thankful and grateful to ourselves also sometimes. And so the reason that I'm discussing this with you all is that I've been going through some like really hard times right now, like supporting my family. My father's medical is really expensive in my country, and by that you can tell already I'm not from the US. What my origin country is, I that's a secret. I might reveal it in the future videos. And sometimes I think that is exactly the thing that we find the hardest to do. So I really wanted to make this video. So I know the video is titled This is how I made my first $10,000, which I had actually forgotten. I know it happened like over a few months time, but then I have to remember that okay, I made that amount. And I'm saying that because currently I'm in a lot of financial crisis, because like my father's not really well right now, and like so I'm the one who's supporting the family. And so I'm like really running short on money, because like we have 5 family members, and like I'm the one who's actually paying for the bills, for the rent, and literally everything, groceries, etc, etc, etc. So what I used to save over time, it just flies off from my hands like it's nothing. Coming back to the topic, the thing that I actually wanted to say is that you need to trust the process because Rome was not built in a day. It takes years for billionaires to become billionaires or millionaires to become millionaires. It does not happen in days. And I think I'm telling this more to myself than I am telling this to my audience because I think I need this assurance more than anybody else because I'm finding it really hard. Although, like, I am earning good, but if I had to spend that money on myself, I would have been like flying on cloud nine because it's more than enough for me. But when it comes to, a family of five, it gets very tight, especially with the bills, like I said. So, anyways, the point is that there are going to be ups and downs in lives, in everybody's life. You never know who is going through what, and always remember to be humble, be grateful, and just keep moving forward. Remember, you are never born perfect, but you learn to grow better with every day. You can never write a perfect book for my girlies who cannot write well, because I did not write well either. And like recently with my latest paperback release, I have the amount of feedback, the positive feedback that I've received has made me cry because there were like so many emotional messages from my readers about how my book literally helped them out of a very, very tough situation in their life, like help them get through it. And I could never believe that my writing could actually make someone's life better like that. And that reader was so thankful to me. And she thought that as an author, as a famous author, I'm not famous, as a famous author, I would never respond back to her DMs. And I love responding back to actually my readers' DMs. So I always go through it because like my DMs are not as flooded as people might think that they are. Because she thought that, and she literally sent like a whole message that I know my message is going to be lost in the plethora of DMs that you get anyway. So when I actually replied back to her, she was like ecstatic, and I've been like in touch with her since then. It's just the best feeling. And sometimes I think these moments, this appreciation from such people, even if there are like just one or two of them, but if they genuinely support you, I think that should mean everything to you. And so the money obviously is a bonus. It comes and it goes. I am currently broke again. Obviously my $10,000 are lost. And for those of you obviously who are thinking that why didn't you invest it and all of that, I did invest it. I invested it. I was not able to recover as much as I thought I could because I had to like keep my funds liquid at the same time because I had to use it with the medical emergencies that happened like literally in such a short period of time. So I could not ignore that. And so yeah, my investments were, quite disturbed because of that. And I know there's going to be like some of you who might be thinking, well, that I was done with my investments because I did not invest it well cleverly, or maybe with the amount of money that I had. Some of you would have invested it as such that you might have, doubled it within days, and well, maybe even more, if not less. So, well, I'm not saying that I wasn't done. Maybe I was done because I was still new to managing finances, and I just got into a stage where I was getting the amount of enough amount of money that I could actually think about investing. So I used my brain and I did what I could, and that's what we call learning. And in making money, at least you will always learn. And I'm no financial expert here. I never was and never claimed to be, but I tried my best, and so it's okay, because that's one thing about money: you can always make more. You can always make more and you can make it again. So it's okay if you lose it sometimes and if you did not invest it cleverly. Well, we're all here to learn. So that's that. And maybe now I know better about like how to put it into investment and where to put it, most importantly, and how to divide it. Well, that is if I end up saving enough this time. I know a lot of you who might be planning to do anything in their life are just going to be stuck on this one thing, that what if it's not good enough, and what if it's, well, trash? Because like trust me, when I wrote my first book, it was trash as well. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Just get your stuff out there. Just do it, because you can never be perfect, or you can never learn to be perfect until and unless you try, and you need to try it. Because if I hadn't tried, if I hadn't like even uploaded that first trash book that I wrote, I wouldn't have gotten here over the years. Like, I wouldn't have. So it's the first trashy step that makes you one step closer to your success, and you never know where that turning point will be. So, my girlies, all my guys who think that their writing is not good enough, or they don't know if well, people are going to like it or hate it, you know what? Do hell with people, or write it for yourself. Write a book for yourself if it's really something that you want to do, and just let your fate decide. Just go with the flow, and I swear to God, things are going to start falling into pieces, and it's your life is going to find its way. It's going to find its track. And I know I'm saying this all to myself. But I think like you all, some of you might even like benefit from my speech. I almost forgot to mention, if you all want to know what those platforms were, or like want an elaborate video on like what I did to actually get a contract with those platforms and literally start earning money. And I'm telling you, this is legit. This is legit. So let me know in the comments so I can make like an elaborate video on it, and then like you guys can see, and you can, you know, initially start your journey and see where you stand in your writing, and if you can like actually write, you know, write anything, because I know fiction needs dedication, it needs a lot of motivation. You lose interest mid books, and all of that stuff happens, crazy writer blocks. But in the end, you just fight with it, you just get through it, because it's life, and life never stops. There are going to be ups and downs. Like I said, I had those $10,000, and now I'm standing at nothing. I literally, there's been a time where I've had not even $50 in my bank account, just days ago, like a few days ago. I'm not kidding. And so I was still happy, because it's okay. It's okay. It's just a current situation. I know as middle class girlies or guys, it's very tough, especially if you have to support your family and battle that, you know, the poverty line where you just want to go over that line and become successful. You are handling two things together. And in order to become successful, you have to work harder than ever. And you might have to like spend a few sleepless nights, and you have to, well, you know, sacrifice a lot, but in the end, it is going to be worth it. I know it's going to be worth it. I'm not there yet, which is why I want you all to be with me on this journey and actually witness everything as we go through it together. Comment down your, well, life scenarios if you want to share it, and like just like make a healthy community where we can like even talk about it. And yeah, let's do that. And I think that I pray that you all, whoever's watching this, and if they're taking away anything from this video, or these words are relatable to you, I pray that may God help you get on the highest point in your life, where you are actually truly happy from within. Like, not just only have money, because I know money is happiness, but like actually have that, you know, you are satisfied, self-satisfied with what you have achieved. Be humble about it, that okay, I've gotten this, and I'm proud of myself, because trust me, girlies and my guys, I'm proud of you. I don't care what you're doing, I know you're working hard, and we all are. So I'm proud of you, and I know you're going to get there. We all are. So let's stay in this together. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe and keep supporting me. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And I'm going to be making more content related to my author life, literally everything unfiltered about every step that I take, every step that I take in my journey, the books that I'm writing, the content. You can also follow me on my Instagram, on my TikTok. I have literally no followers on my TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, be kind enough to give me a follow there. And that is all. Bye bye.